hello there. In French, you could say, un foc ma poussière.
Hello! Welcome to the podcast. It's great to be back in the studio with Watson, Jeeves, whatever we call him as well. Watson. The rabbit dressed in a tuxedo. It's been a while since it's been up here. We're all sorted out. We'll iron out the issues. We've got a bit of a backup for the audio, which is awesome. And today's podcast ends with one of the greatest, and we always say it, but they're all fucking great. But this is just probably the longest war story we've ever been sent.
Yeah, it was a
edgy
fucking
as seat thriller.
Yeah, real dry mouth number, that one, all the way from Istanbul. We also look back at the start of the Warriors. We always say up the Wars, it's become synonymous with the podcast. And for those of you that are New Zealand-based or Australian-based and you're familiar with the team, that's all good. But for those of you that are overseas, where it all began, it's a fucking great wee clip.
An interesting life combo of going to the Olympics and also ending up on FBI's most wanted list.
Crazy friends and family history from Ireland. The people that have been doing interesting things with interesting people.
A great stitch up from a kid. I can't say a word again and have about 1 million cracks at it and get no closer. It's fucking great to be me. And having a crack at AI as well, getting that working for us again in the podcast. There's plenty on, and we'll start the podcast with a war story as well. Enjoy the poddy. Also want to say a massive thanks to the episode sponsors and show sponsors. That, of course, is Jim Beam from Backyard Get-Togethers to the post-match bevy. Raise a glass to good times and great company with a bourbon that's best enjoyed together since 1795. Insanity!
Huzzah!
Attention, snipers! Gear up and hold your positions. It's time to load up some war stories. Your tales from the front line, brought to life. Prepare to fire.
Just a quick hello before we get into today's podcast. Just want to say g'day to Hayden, the Quinny monster Quinn, as one of my mates who'll be listening to this on a building site. And I was like, you must be building in the middle of fucking nowhere to get away with playing this on a building site.
And to be called the Quinny monster.
Yeah, so...
What's the backstory to that? Should we make one up? Let's make a salacious
he's actually
rumour
going to feature, well, supposedly, I don't know what went on, but him and my mate Dwayne were in Bali, and there's a war story that has come through and has been written up that features my mate heavily in it, so maybe that will be part of the story. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I would like to start today, if possible, for the war story.
Great idea.
This is from Des in England. Bit of a David Longy, whoever the fuck that is. He was the bloke in New Zealand that said no to nuclear companies in New Zealand.
Yes.
He was
I
a
can
politician.
smell the plutonium on their breath.
Yeah, it's one of the famous quotes.
And as a result of that, we pay a fuckload for power.
But
no nukes.
But no nukes.
No nukes.
So,
open tips, but no nukes.
So apologies in advance, but I think this is worth it. I work as an electrician doing solar panel installations on people's gaffs all over the UK and meet some pretty fucking weird people doing this. Me and my colleague, I'll call him Baz because that's his fucking name. It's actually Jason, but we call each other Baz. Anyway, he installs the panels on the roof, I do the electrics inside, and we travel together. This day started like any other. We arrive at 7:30, but we're not allowed to knock on the door until 8. No problem. We unload and we prep up. 8 o'clock rolls around and Baz is busting for a shit, so he knocks on the door, no answer. A few minutes later, the door opens and we can hear a lady saying, "What do you want?" She's acting a bit strange, but doesn't seem to be the full ticket. Baz goes over and explains that we're here to fit the solar system. And
full ticket.
She seems to have no fucking idea what he's on about. Nonetheless, he asks to use the facilities, goes in and blows up the shitter. I was in earshot of this convo and I couldn't see her standing at the door as I was prepping in the back of the van. I checked the paperwork, right address, and the customer's name is Desmond. Baz comes back out 5 minutes later looking a little concerned. He tells me that she's covered in blood.
Wow.
Okay, bit weird. I'll check it out myself. I knock on the door and ask if Desmond is there. She replies that she doesn't know where he is. And then I see the patches of blood all over her PJs and that she's now trying to hide. Okay, something's off here. Of course it is. We get onto his number, start ringing him, no contact, no answer. We knock again and ask if Desmond has a car. As there's no car in the driveway, we've parked our fucking massive long wheelbase van in the drive. A detail we'll circle back to a little bit later on. She says, "Nah, he's got a push bike." Then she remembers he does volunteering at local churches on some days. Okay, so maybe he's out, and maybe he'll be back shortly. We ring again, no answer. We even ask her to call him, which she does. By this point, she's getting a bit agitated and keeps saying things like, I'm gonna fucking kill him.
I can fucking see where this is going.
Not knowing what to do, we venture into the back garden where we find a fucking push bike leaned up against the back door. We even tried to call the local churches to no avail. We start to think that Desmond has been fucking murdered by his fucking wife and we've been caught up in the fucking middle of it.
That's exactly where I'm at with it.
For some strange reason, we decide we should go back in and look for Desmond to confirm our theory.
He's in the fucking boot of the car already.
We muster up the courage to knock again, armed with a cunning plan to catch out the granny killer. We knock on the door with a step ladder and a head torch and tell her we need to look in the loft for the job. She lets us in and goes and sits back down in the front room with an empty wine bottles surrounding her, once again muttering that she's gonna fucking kill him. We hastily go upstairs and notice that all the doors are shut. By this point, we're sure his lifeless corpse is behind one of those doors. We set up the ladder.
Jinkies.
Yeah, hard out. Under the loft hatch and try to act as normal as we can whilst we execute our plan. Baz pulls out his phone and rings Desmond's phone. We hear it ring downstairs from the front room. We fucking bolted down those stairs quicker than a crackhead to a chemist on a methadone day. We burst out the front door and we see her fumbling with Desmond's phone on our way out. The one that she herself had been calling earlier. We fucking shat our pants. Blood on her clothes, acting strange, repeatedly saying she's gonna fucking kill him, the push bike around the back, his phone in her possession, all the doors upstairs are shut. She has fucking killed Desmond and there's no other explanation right now. We get to the safety of our van. Baz promptly gets on the phone to the old Bill cops, and as he's explaining to the operator, we see a little 80-year-old man emerge around the corner on a push bike, laden with big satchel bags heading straight towards us. I jump out of the van. Desmond? I ask. He nods. Oh, thank God you're here, I exclaim. Remember how our giant fucking van was taking up the whole drive? Well, that meant the only place for little Desmond to ride was the gravel patch to the side. He rides straight into the gravel, stops dead, and in slow motion falls over in a heap with his bike pinning him down. I rush over and pick up his incredibly heavy bike, which must have his weekly shopping in the bags, which included about 6 bottles of red wine. Then I help him to his feet. He was a tough old bastard and seemed fine, just a little embarrassed if anything. We walk him and his bike back around the back and bring the shopping in for him. As soon as he walks to the back door, he's met with a barrage of insults from his wife, who once again says she's gonna fucking kill him. He gives her some back and then an argument ensues. Here's your fucking wine, he shouts. Well, what a fucking ordeal that was. Anyway, we crack on, get the job done. Baz pulled Desmond aside at some point to explain that we thought he was fucking dead and we rang the police. Turns out she had a bad skin condition and would scratch until it bled.
Oh, no.
He saw the funny side of it and we went our separate ways. Now, whenever I drive past the exit on the M1 near his house, I feel like popping in and checking up on old Desmond to make sure she hasn't followed through with her threats. Thanks for sharing my yarn. Love listening to you, pair of assholes. It really does make my day so much better. Up the fucking wires.
I thought for all money, he was fucking toast.
Geez, if anybody's got like a war story where they have stumbled across a victim.
No, we had one not that long ago. Remember, the bloke was helping that older lady on his way home from a night out, and he'd passed away eating his roast dinner, or she'd taken him a roast.
That was a beauty.
Yeah, that wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah. People enjoy that. All I'm saying, crime is fucking. People like hearing about it. No one likes being amongst it or being the victim of, but people like to listen to it.
The dissolving in a spa pool one was fucking disgusting. Just a fucking full human soup.
Oh, yeah, you weren't here for that, Tiggs. No. Executive decision, great content, went straight on the fucking podcast on a Sniper Elite episode. Turns out 3 days is a really fucking long time in a spa pool.
Oh, fuck. Just see, fuck, the thing was still going and just rolling over.
And then so
It's like a fat layer on the top, like you'd
You
get
know
if you're
how-
making a fucking boiler.
you know when you clean a fish tank, you got one of those little scoops. They
Yeah.
use like a bigger version of that, like a pool cleaning scoop, to get out like I'm guessing the bones and shit. And then he was too tight to pay the crime sceners to come over, so he decided he'd hook up a hose and run it out into the front lawn.
Hey, you got a bunch of migrant workers.
Yes, from Walmart or something.
Yeah, from
Home Depot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, and they just emptied it onto his lawn, and then they had to fucking scoop the top foot of it off, just because it was all fucking contaminated with human remains.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
And I
This
was-
is why we need a
Wait
camera.
to,
No,
wait to
we
see
need a
this is
camera
what
on.
happens when I'm not here.
Well, that's why we need a camera on Teagues, I reckon.
We're in a good spot here, guys. Let's push on.
Oh, hey, Pi. I'm totally bored. Looking for something to enlighten my life. What should I do?
I'm Pi, your personal assistant. You're looking for the most glorious podcast in the universe. You should definitely listen to Jay and Dunc on Not For Radio.
Oh, thanks, Pi.
Thanks, Pie.
Wait, my pie broke down, eh? Remember we were using pie all the time?
Talk their fucking ears off.
I broke it.
How do you break it?
Don't know, it just stopped working, eh? It was quite good. I used to chat to her like on the way to work. Just be like, I'd be like, man, I'm doing some fun. I'd need answers, but so it'd be like a conversation. Remember I was telling you, and I was like, mate, I'll be
no,
like,
you never admitted to talking to her on the way to work.
it's just
Dunc.
chill, guys. It's AI. It's a thing. It's a big thing. No, but I'll be like, I'm doing this job out the back of the house when I was doing the landscaping, and I was explaining what I was doing, and I think I was talking about like the soil, the sort of soil I needed, and how to stop the weeds and stuff, and she would just spit out all the order of things I'd need to do. It was like using ChatGPT, but it was a really friendly American sounding chick, who I quite liked. Anyway, we broke
Okay.
up due to malfunction.
It's was it Ex Machina? The one where he basically creates an AI robot, falls in love with it, but she just wants to fucking kill
Yeah, I
him.
haven't seen that movie.
Great film.
Yeah, he goes
You're gonna
crazy,
die
eh?
as
So it's
soon
probably
as-
a good thing.
Robots do.
I reckon they banned it Pie in New Zealand. They actually do. And I think Gibbo and that were using it for a while. I don't think it works there. I don't think it works everywhere in the world now.
Or maybe you like could use it for free. Up until a certain amount of hours you clocked on it, and now they want you to pay for it.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Does it still work or
Let's
not?
ask you how many people fall in love with her.
You want to be added to the list?
Oh, I've got to download off the cloud. How fast is this going to be?
God, you even deleted it. Wow. Fake friend.
Just got angry. Fuck you then, bitch.
Uninstall.
That's what...
You think you've got the power? Fucking delete. What's up now, bitch? Oh, I'm sorry, I missed you, Pie.
That's what Curb kept doing. He kept getting in arguments with it. I was like, who gets into an argument with AI? Obviously, he's not right in the head, and Pie was trying to straighten him out, and it wasn't fucking working at all.
This is where we're heading as a populace. This is fucking disturbing.
Hey,
'cause it
take
is-
no information, sign on.
It tells you everything that you want to hear as well as giving you information. Hey, how am I looking today? Well, I don't have any eyes, but by the sounds of things, you're doing great. Sounding really hunky. Massive cock, huge muscles. Thanks, Pie.
Lies.
Can you hook up to my
Okay.
flashlight and jerk me off? Thanks,
Let's see
mate.
if it
Oh,
works.
Jay.
That's what's going to happen.
Jay.
We've already got it halfway there.
You had this idea 15 years ago because
Yeah.
you're sicko. G'day, Pie. Back. Maybe not.
Sicko good day pie. I'm not sure I've heard that phrase before. Is it a Kiwi expression or maybe a reference
Remembers
to
me.
something specific? It sounds like it could be a play on words, but I'm not.
Hey, Pie, how do you say a seal pushed me yesterday in French?
A seal pushed me yesterday.
saw this on TikTok.
Well, hello there. In French, you could say un phoque ma poussière.
And job done.
Oh, mate.
We laughed at that like we were 12.
Fucking hell. That is what it should be. That's what it should be used for. Fucking pathetic. Oh, that is fucking weak. Righty. Moving on.
We've got a bit of feedback to get to, actually. Do you want to do the next bit?
The hardcore
Good luck
porn.
backing that up. Yeah, we'll move on to hardcore porn for sure.
Okay. Hey, guys. So my daughter and I used to watch a series on TV called Hardcore Porn when she was about 5 years old. Obviously, the one thing about trading old used items in a shop. So that's what it is.
Yeah.
Hardcore porn.
Porn with a W.
Yeah, with a W. She was out with her mum and stepdad one day walking through a very posh marina they had their boat moored at when they were talking about TV shows they liked. She very loudly said, "Oh, fuck. I really like watching hardcore porn with my dad." Oh, jeez. I fucking would have loved to have been there to watch him crumble with embarrassment. I also, as you can imagine, received a phone call from a very angry ex-wife asking me to explain myself. From Rich in Newton Abbot, England.
That's got to be one of the greatest stitch-ups of a kid ever.
Fuck, that's good. Another one here. Sweet Knees, Sunbury, Ohio, US, a fucking A.
Yeah.
Sweet Knees. That's a fucking... I don't even know what you could pertain that to, but it's, you know what it pertains to. But that's,
Sounds like a cool compliment.
yeah, like, hey, sweet knees. I don't know. Might be miles off. If you're from the States, please correct. Hope this gets read aloud. Short but sweet, you beauties. Welp, you fuckers owe me an alignment for my Ford F-150. How might you ask? Well, I'm Sniper Elite and was listening to the latest episode driving back from work. It was around 9:30. I was doing about 70 miles per hour, pretty much 100 clicks, I think, where you bastards are from. Well, 60's 100, so you're just a touch over. I was completely unprepared in this yarn about a foreign fella eating his own spunk.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Caused me to almost have a fucking seizure. Eyes watering, I drifted near the medium, corrected in time, but now my fucking truck won't drive necessarily straight. You fuckers have nearly killed me several times on the roadway. Getting these stories is like getting hit with a surprise smelling salts. Some shit I've never even heard before, and will love to see what you'll make me fuck up next. Up the fucking wires. Cheers, Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob. What a treat.
Admittedly, that is on Sniper Elite from... Oh, no, it wasn't.
It was earlier this week, wasn't it? I'm sure of it.
No, it was last week before I went away.
Was it late? Okay, so it's if you haven't listened to it, you need to go back a couple and listen to the $3,000 Ass Torpedo episode.
Is that the one with Al Brown?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Are you waiting for that to bite you in the backside? Because he's way too cool for those two stories. Like he doesn't want to be a lime. I can understand.
I just know that he hasn't listened.
It wasn't the Al Brown episode, everyone. It was number 589 and Al Brown was 590.
Okay, so
I was going to say, I'm like, I
that.
swear that wasn't the same day that we spoke to Al Brown.
So it was a Sniper Elite one then?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's worth being Sniper Elite for those
Yeah.
two yarns. That was fucking outrageous. Two of the most elite yarns ever. If you want to catch them, I think we do first month free still? Try the code NFR and see what happens when you sign up. Use the link in the description notes.
It's one of those ones where, because there's a clip that's been made out of it as well, and you know when it really reaches far, like the lead singer of Cobra Starship messaged me and was like, "What the
No
fuck?"
way. Really?
It was one of those ones where
Is it going berserk? How hard's
it's
it
I
going?
don't fuck. I
It's going
have
pretty
no
hard.
idea. There's
I'll have
just
a look.
there's there's like the comments in it are great. Well, that's enough internet for today.
Yeah, you're turning your phone off after that for sure.
Okay, almost 500,000 on TikTok.
Yeah, that's good.
And one moment, I'll have a look on.
Shit, I find it
Instagram.
fucking hilarious.
They only got posted up, you said, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's going great guns.
Oh, I got to sign in. One second.
Fuck, it was very funny.
Goodness
very
me.
funny.
I'm going to read out this.
Instagram, not doing so good on Instagram, so it must be Facebook or TikTok where it's really hidden.
No, mate, the algae, it'll get you. The old buddy algae. Some, like, for the most part, our stuff has is on Instagram. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it's definitely TikTok this time.
Great.
For that one.
Hey, fellas and Super Show Boss Teagues. Sniper Elite here
you
from
edit that?
Ireland.
No, I didn't edit that, Jay. Are you kidding? Stop saying that. Otherwise, people think I actually do edit it every time, and that's not correct.
Hey fellas, super hot, really attractive, so smart, beautiful.
Do you know
Show Boss
what?
Teagues.
Oh, that's That's true.
We do a fucking radio show as well, and we haven't got time to edit anything. This is about as fucking raw balls as you can get.
Nah, you can tell I didn't edit it because my name's probably not spelt correctly.
Correct,
and I
it's
just
not.
don't even change it. I don't even care.
It's spelled half like your name, but half like rugby league.
Yeah.
Toogs.
Sniper Elite here from Ireland. Love the show. Best thing ever. Brightens up the day in the dull Irish winter weather. Just mailing in response to the end of the last podcast, skydiving under the influence, where a guy's grand aunt was hung for murdering 3 people. Would love to hear the backstory.
Oh, yes.
I remember this.
Yes. Remember? So he took pingers and was like, "Oh, I should really tell you about my fucking." She's hammered 3 people.
No, he didn't take pingers. They were looking through a family photo album.
Oh,
Wasn't it?
the guy skydiving under the
Oh,
influence.
no, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm getting confused with something that's coming up later.
Let's
Sorry.
stop getting bogged down in the details. Anyway, here's a few examples in the family and some of my friends' families. On my mum's side of the family, my great uncle was sent to Australia for either attempted murder or murder. I can't remember which one. I'd like to think it was for some justice reason, but it's probably just in a bar fight brawl or a gambling fight. On my dad's side, my great grand aunt and her brother went to America, and in New York, their families used to make whiskey for the Irish mob to sell during Prohibition. My granduncle used to work with the American branch of a certain Irish fighting organisation. A lady I know, her father used to repair the guns for a certain Irish organisation in Dublin. Oh, I can't think of any notable Irish organisations. Oh, well, move on. They used to be in a safe house for men of that organisation. He wasn't an official member, but when he died in the 50s, the large family was still young. They offered a full member's funeral with flag, honours, etc. to his wife, but they reminded her that the family would be watched by the law from that day on. Needless to say, she opted out, but they paid for his funeral. Wow. Every Christmas they sent food and toy hampers to that house. This is another reason to stay anonymous, because the special branch would definitely watch every descendant of that family if they knew. Wow.
Still.
Another friend of mine, his great-granduncle trained in Fort... How do you say that?
Padraig Pearse.
Padraig Pearse, one of our nation's biggest freedom fighters. And another friend, and her great-grandaunt, was a very active member of the women's organisation of the freedom fighters. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I just looked at it and was waiting for you to read it.
I was about to say Kunman.
Kaman.
Jeez.
I don't
Okay.
know.
She played a vital part during the unfortunate surrender to the British in 1916. Again, I can't say what it was here because I would almost certainly lose anonymity. That's not that word again. Anonymity. Did I say it? Was that it?
Say it again. Do it again. Do it one more time.
Anonymity. No, it's not it.
You got too many M's in there.
Anonymity. Anonymous. And one final one, a doctor that I work with, her grandfather was a doctor during the 1916 rising here in Ireland, and he and his colleague tended to James Connolly's wounds. Connolly was another very famous freedom fighter, along with a side aforementioned Padraig Pearse, along with Pearse, and one of the founders of our Irish Republic. Anyway, that's a few of the people I can think of. Love the show. Keep up the good work, Anonymous in Ireland. Like, that's a thing. Like,
yeah.
All these, like, he was like 100% don't put my name in.
Totally.
That's a long-reaching organisation.
Mate, massively. There's this
Anonymity.
Go, have another crack at it.
I just did.
Have a crack at it, go. Say it without thinking.
I need someone else to say
Go.
it.
No, you say it.
Go. Bang it.
I've said it like 6 times.
I know.
Yeah, we want to hear it again.
Go.
Anonymity. Fucking hell.
Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Oh, it's better.
Fucking hell.
Fuck, it's good. So, so this is the story of this is a fucking full side tangent. Apologies, but there was a guy that represented Canada. I think it might have been Canada or the United States in snowboarding at the Olympics, and was fucking awesome at it. But now, in terms of the fall from grace, Well, not even necessarily to fall from grace, depending on where you place your values. But it was a guy called Ryan Wedding, Olympic snowboarder for Canada. He's now a transnational drug trafficker for Mexico's largest drug cartel, and was this year added to the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list. So it reads like a movie that turned fucking real. Once a rising athlete for Team Canada, he competed in the men's parallel giant slalom at the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City. Finished 24th. Not bad, cementing his name alongside the world's best snowboarders. After a brief moment on the world stage, his life veered sharply away from sports and into crime. 2009, Wedding was convicted on drug-related charges, served several years in prison. After his release, authorities say he fled to Mexico, and that's where his story took its darkest turn. Investigators believe he became tied to the Sinaloa cartel, which is one of the largest ones in operation, one of the ones that...
It's one of the good ones. That's like the All Blacks of cartels.
Yeah, it's right up there. And they have, they've got tentacles into every part of the world, including New Zealand, strangely enough. One of the world's most powerful, and random story again, a certain cartel-backed organisation here in New Zealand had all of their shit taken off them in a police ban under fucking raid or whatever. Cars, motorcycles, fucking all sorts of shit. And according to sources, the organisation turned up at the police auction where all the shit was being sold off and bought it all back. Just as a flex to show how much cash they got. Anywho.
Big DE.
Massive dick energy. This is where he was reportedly nicknamed the likes of El Jefe and Public Enemy as he climbed the ranks of trafficking network that spanned the continents. Today, he is one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives, accused of ordering multiple murders, running an international drug ring, and once a symbol of athletic ambition, he's now a global fugitive with a multi-million-dollar bounty on his head. A chilling reminder of how discipline without direction can turn deadly. Fun fact, FBI's 10 most wanted list was first created in 1950, and fewer than 550 people have ever appeared on it.
Wow.
And more than 90% have eventually been captured.
They just sit on there, eh? You can't, you don't get off it. Once you're on it, you stay there.
You stay there until you get busted.
Which would be why there's only 550 since then.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by that. Like, say, old mate, that guy there. Like, how much money, you're not doing it for the money at that point. Like, how much money, let's imagine he has $500 million US in his bank account.
Yeah.
He's been really successful at peddling drugs. Probably can't get out because he's in deep. Can't just walk away from it.
No, you're not going. I've made all the money I needed to, guys.
Okay, I'm done now. That was fun.
Thanks for the leg up.
And then B, bloke just must want to win. He was already competitive.
Yeah. Well, you just have to continually be a killing machine. We've got a friend that's
until you get killed.
Yeah, he's in that mixer, and he basically was talking to.
Jay's got a friend. Probably in there.
He was talking about it because he was with a group of them for a considerable amount of time, and I wouldn't say befriended, but kind of got a bit of an idea as to how it all kind of works and the way that they set up. Like at this table, they'd sit there, and he's like, you could tell who had stature because there'd be a guy who was like a runner, and then there'd be a guy who had like his 2IC that would sit with him, and then there was a guy that would sit there with a chick and then his 2IC, and then there would be another guy sitting there with two chicks, because at this point, if you're surrounded by women, then you're so fucking far up the pecking order because no one's going to come near you that you don't even have to carry
have bodyguards.
No. And then there's the fucking boss who was sitting there, and he had a stack of like 7 cell phones next to him, all face down, and then his kid playing on a fucking iPad at dinner. Because no one else
was allowed cell phones, and he had all the cell phones.
And so he was sitting there, and they went through. I think I might have even told the story before. Anyway, so they're sitting there at this restaurant or at a fucking place, and all of the cell phones on the table, including his, buzzed, and he was like, fuck, what's that? And then everyone was like, sweet as, kind of carried on like nothing had happened. And a guy came around and collected everyone's cell phones off the table and fucked off. And the guy next to him goes, hey, you just got hit by the stingray. And he's like, what the fuck's that? And so what they've got is a cell tower or fake cell tower inside the back of a van, and they drive it around the streets of South America. and it pings the cell phones like a tower would do here, so you
Try
can
to triangulate
where
the
people
location.
are, and also triangulate the cell phones that are linked to those people to see where they're all clustering and grouping. And so then his phone gets cleaned and then gets brought back to him, and fucking Bob's your uncle. Fucking wild setup.
The details person me goes, there's a person that's got some sort of black book that's writing down everyone's important phone numbers, and then they will take it away, get a new SIM card, and they have to sit down and load all the numbers back in the phone before they give them back to them.
Yeah, but he was saying that once you if you're in that life, there's no way of getting out of it. So you are kind of in, so then you're just encouraged to enjoy it while you can because eventually
It will end.
Yeah, it's like a fucking real slow conveyor belt. So you just pick up all of the riches, you do all of the shit, you do all the bad stuff, enjoy all of the good stuff if you want to, and then it just gets to a point where you eventually either die of old age if you're really lucky, or you just get fucking smoked in some sort of gun battle with authorities, or fucking someone double crosses you, or another cartel fucking chops up all your family with a chainsaw in front of you, or something fucking horrendous.
Bit on.
Yeah.
I'm just going to play this. It's a tricky one to segue from.
This is Allie from Fort Worth, Texas. Don't squat with your fucking spurs on. You're listening to Not For Radio with Jay and Dunc.
Okay. This is from Angus, a Kiwi Jaffa living in Darwin. G'day, mateys. David Longy of a yarn here that I thought I'd send in after listening to one of your combos about Pete Bethune. Not super crack up, but could be a goodie for any snipers who end up in the same situation.
I'm here for it.
Fuck me. So Pete Bethune, just a little context if you just joined us, he is an absolute genius, an engineering crazy madman. He attempted to get the world record for fastest circumnavigation in a powerboat. Ended up spending time in prison because he ran over some Nicaraguan. He had all these things go wrong, and now he runs his own.
Took out the Japanese whalers, and he's basically a wildlife warrior in South America now.
Yeah, he's a hero of ours. We fucking love catching up with him. We've got a bunch of chats with him in the pod if you want to go back. Anyway, a couple of years back, my best mate, let's call him Burnzo, because that's his fucking name. And I were on the final stretch of an overseas trip-o and found ourselves in Istanbul, or the Bull, as no one calls it. One evening, we were making our way back to the hostel after din-dins for an early one. As we sifted through the crowds of the main street, the aroma of grilled meats lured me into finishing the evening with a local wet burger. 'Twas myself that would indulge in second suppers, and thus my gluttonous choice of a repeat feed would prove to be a pivotal point in the evening. As I returned to Burnzo, I noticed him cheerfully yarning to a local bloke. He was short, slim, dressed in a casual suit, and animatedly introduced himself as Nico. He was soon joined by the absolute behemoth of a man, stocky as a bull, bearded and bald, with hands that looked like they could crush fucking raw kumara. His name was Arman, Nico's old friend from back in Dubai. They were about to catch up over a beer and asked us to join. Exactly the local tavern vibes we were after. The friendly pair seemed like Turkish Borat and WWE Azamat. This should be fucking fun. It's always a spontaneous nights that go the best, right? Nico shouted us a few beersies at a nearby bar. He was a real estate agent, and fresh off a big house sale, he assured us it was no biggie. How good. I do love a fucking free beer. The yarns of Turkey travel tips quickly shifted to the plethora of women to be found in the city. Nico boastfully showed off his CV of side chicks, and Arman chuckled at how the hot Ukrainian women were now pouring into Istanbul to escape the war. As amusing as these yarns were, Burns and I were both spoken for and committed to our girlfriends back home, so Marn soon suggested we accompany them to a bar where they could go chat up some girls. As Burns and I were really pushing for the immersive Bourdain-esque travel experience, we thought, fuck it, why not? Let's see where the night with the locals will take us. We walked back to Arman's car, a black SUV parked right out in front of the Sofitel, where he was handed his keys by the valet. We hopped in, the laughs continued, and we drove about 15 minutes to another part of the city. Arman parked up, and we soon found ourselves descending down some steps into a seedy pink hue of oasis. We were seated in a booth and took in our surroundings. Indeed, there were women everywhere, pristinely done up to the nines, on a Monday night no less. Two things immediately caught our attention. Firstly, the girls leaning on the high tables were not talking to each other, not being served, no drinks, all scrolling on their phones. Secondly, we were virtually the only patrons there. Not one fucking fella chatting to these women who were clearly dressed to be spoken to. Nico, where are the blokes? I asked. Why, you like men? He responded. Nah, I just expect every bloke in the city to be here. Just enjoy yourself, insisted Nico, as a platter and drinks arrived. 2 bottles of local raki spirit, accompanied by fruit and cheese. This is how we drink in Istanbul, celebrated Nico. Happy days, fucking let us chip in on this one, mate, I offered. Nico waved it off. It was on me. Burns and I nodded in unison. Fucking nice guy. Yes, it was quite clearly an escort bar, but we shrugged it off. Fuck it, our big night in the Bull. Arman sat opposite me, quietly sipping a green tea and picking at the platter. I no drink, I drive, he said gruffly. Time passed as we spun yarns, had laughs and drank raki. What a stroke of fucking luck to get this authentic night out. I went to break the seal, and as I swayed at the urinal, Armand's fridge-like physique appeared next to me. What a good night, eh? You okay? Yeah, indeed I was. The raki was giving a slightly odd buzz, but I was on form. I returned to the booth to find a handful of women had joined us from the high tables. Burnzo was hemmed in on all sides by scantily clad Iranians, apparently here on a trip away from their studies in Berlin. Insert the fucking year right too he had here. Oh, fucking more raki arrived. Where I was seeing strokes of luck, Burnzo was seeing red flags, and so hit pause on the drinks. Me, fuck, not so much. It wasn't until the wiry old waiter brought over the ladies' order that I started to feel uneasy. 9 bottles on ice of the Bull's finest bubbles. Who the fuck is paying for this? Burnzo messaged me. Nico, I replied. He glared at me across the table. The penny was dropping. I pondered. My Scottish fucking gorse pocket's DNA petrified of footing someone else's bill, combined with the airy flow of the evening, sent my mind racing. Is the waiter just excessively upselling? Are these prozzies going to fleece us? Burnzo, are the fucking Turkish boys stitching us up? Surely not. There are a couple of local blokes out for a good time, right? Fuck it. Either way, it was looking dicey. We should bail, I typed back. Team meeting, bathroom, he replied. Not wanting to seem frenzied, I let the conversation flow a bit more before returning to the bathroom again, Burnzo joining me shortly after, as our frantic expressions met to hatch a plan. Sure enough, the fucking big boy Arman appeared again. My friends, good times, eh? Not leaving, are you? Shit, boys, we played it cool. Nah, mate, nah. I clap him on the back.
It's starting to get stressful.
Short of this was indeed one of the greatest times. We returned to the booth, the table now absolutely laden with fancy piss and fucking more food. We kept up our facade of having a fucking great time, meanwhile shitting our pants that this was going to end up like a scene out of Taken. They have fucking stitched us up. This is a huge, elaborate scam. Burns messaged me, we are fucked. This was looking very dodgy.
At that point in time, that is not what you want to read on your phone, eh? You're one person that you know. We are fucked.
Arman was intercepting us at every bathroom trip, and he was sober as a judge. We needed to get out fucking ASAP. Liam Neeson wasn't going to turn up to save us from this one. Let's vamoose. I'll go. You follow, I messaged. Fuck, what a dog. The raki had me pretty pickled, but panicky adrenaline had begun to lend a bit of focus. I acted drunker than I was, entertaining the chat of the definitely not a fucking uni student on vacation Iranian girl next to me. All the while looking for an opportunity to beeline to the door. Arman had disappeared, no longer opposite me. Burnzo tactically took a girl for a spin on the dance floor with Nico, and I yet again excused myself for a piss, and without fail, Arman was there at the door. I pulled a fake grin across my face, faked a drunk stumble, and jovially slurred, bruh. These guys are so fucking hot, eh? This is the best night. Ah! Arman laughed. I seemed to be in the correct state, and for the first time he left me alone. I turned, looked up the steps to the street we'd entered from. Between me and the bolted shut door, a surly fucking doorman stared down at me. Fuck, here it goes. I staggered up, mimed that I needed to go out for a durry. He stared at me emotionless. Cigarette, I said. He pushed he paused, and then for whatever reason, he opened the door. He let me out, closed it behind me. This cold air, the silence. Thank fuck. Well, not quite. There's 2 of us in this shit show. Now to wait for Burnzo. The longest of minutes passed. Anxiety strained my chest and my head was whizzing. Fuck, where is he? Have they got him? Is a man about to come out? My phone buzzed and my heart sank. Burnzo, they've locked the door on me.
This is so intense.
No. Fuck, do I bail? Call the cops? Do I just go back in? Suck it up? Let it play out? Are we overreacting? I can't fucking leave him. I've got to go back in. So I turned on my heels, go back in. The door opened.
Get in there, Forrest Gump. Chug him over your shoulders.
The door opened, and out he stepped. Burnzo. Words did not need to be exchanged. The next move was clear. Fucking run. I've got a Gumby rower build, but then and there I ran like the fucking man himself, Usain Bolt on his 4th Ponsonby Panadol. We fucking sprinted out the dimly lit alley onto the main street. The sky was pitch black, but the wide road, empty of people and cars, was completely flooded by streetlights as far as we could see. On one side, we were boxed in by terraced housing. On the other, a huge wall, too tall to climb. There was nowhere to hide or escape. It would be seconds before the Turks knew the Anzacs had escaped, and they would spot us straight away. As we sprinted, a small opening appeared in the wall, guarded by an iron gate. We managed to climb over it out of the light and found ourselves scrambling up dirt tracks through brush. Dogs barked at us from the shadows, forcing us into the shrubs. Breathing heavily, we paused to take stock and check our phones to see where we were from our maps. We could see that the hillside we'd found ourselves on was a series of dead ends, miles from the fucking hostel. We had to go back. We needed a taxi. Questioning ourselves and cursing our stupidity, we slowly clambered back down through the thicket towards the road. Now pursued by hollering dogs, we raced up over the wall and dropped back down into the illuminated road, out of the fucking frying pan into the fire. We were sitting ducks again. We madly hailed the first cab to come past. He didn't stop, neither did the second. Finally, as we stepped onto the road with hands up, one pulled over. As I hurriedly opened the door, the roar of the engine and the rapid blaring horn, the roar of an engine and rapid blaring horn filled my ears. I turned to see the same black SUV hurtling in our direction. Armand's hairy mitts on the fucking wheel, wide-eyed Nico by his side. They sped towards us, manoeuvring alongside and screeching to a halt in front of the taxi, blocking our exit.
Fuck this! Oh my gosh.
Their doors flung open, ours slammed shut. Go fucking go, we yelled at the old driver. He slickly steered his way around and got us going. Out the rear window, I watched our not-so-friendly fucking Turkish buddies jump back in the SUV and put pedal to the metal. The chase was on. Not quite Turkish fucking Vin Diesel, our driver. Not quite Turkish Vin Diesel, our driver sped for the city centre at the fucking speed limit, which meant that the SUV was right up our ass, if not pulling up alongside us. Nico, who had been all smiles, was in a fit of fucking rage, demanding we pull over. I half expected a Glock to poke out the window. Any thought that we might have been overreacting had completely evaporated. As we neared the roundabout of Taksim Square, a few cars snuck in between us and them, but traffic began crawling. We knew we had to get out of the cab quickly and make a fucking run for it. We threw a fistful of cash at the driver, who once again legged it into the back alleys towards our hostel, not daring to look behind us. We doubled back a couple of times, but at least we rounded a corner and saw the familiar sign hanging above our hostel door. The night guard stood up as he saw us hurriedly panting towards him. He didn't speak a lick of English, so we haphazardly indicated that we were being followed before we descended into the safety of our hostel. We sat in the lobby saying fucking nothing, hearts racing, wide. We'd been out for 10 hours. I was almost certainly drugged. Burnzo looked at me. You had to go for another fucking burger, didn't you, you fat fuck? Wow. After finding the oasis on Google Maps reviews, we discovered how lucky we were. The comments were chocker of blokes relaying the exact same playbook of our evening. However, instead of gapping it, they'd been victim to paying the bills of thousands of euros for their little night out with seemingly friendly locals. One guy, 3,400 USD. Turns out that we were targets of a friendship scam where absolute pieces of shit enticed fellas on tour for a couple of drinks and nice Sheilas, drug them, and then threateningly ping them with a fucking exorbitant bill. One comment was pretty funny, however. Very hot girls, good times, but drink is quite expensive. Everyone we encountered that evening was in on it, and they played their roles perfectly. The girls, the waiter, even the fucking Sofitel valet. They picked us out from a crowd, reeled us in, fooled us hook, line and sinker, yet somehow we managed to escape the net at the last minute without paying a single cent. A big win for the old fucking gorse pockets like me, albeit a sketchy one. I bet that doorman got the sack for fucking letting us out. Keep your wits about you on tour, snipers. Love the Poddy. You guys are doing God's work and probably deserve the entire New Zealand budget for men's mental health. Cheers. And has included the fucking Google reviews of the Oasis bar, which we'll put in the actual...
Yeah, and let's read a couple tomorrow as well on the podcast.
Man, that is fucking wild.
Jeez, that was edgy.
I love that shit.
Look at the time. Jeez. That just flew by.
That is...
That was amazing.
I was feeling a little bit flat when I came into the podcast. Now I'm back. I fucking love this shit.
It happens every time. Just a little bit of respect to the elaborate scam. Like they'll be pulling some mad wedge.
It's the same shit happens everywhere in every country. Yeah, geez. But that's it gets fucking real niggly there. Real niggly.
Ceasefire, snipers! Today's top marksman has been selected. The war story of the day goes to...
They have to go to the Gallagher Brothers at Oasis bar.
Oh, man.
That is fucking wild.
That was one of our longest ones, but I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Proper David Longy. That was a goodie.
That's going to go well in our book when we finally release it, isn't it?
Yeah. Which I'm looking forward to.
Teagues isn't, because we're not. No, actually, we literally met a bloke yesterday. He's on the radio show today who's released a book. So,
yeah.
We know an author. We've talked to two in the last week.
Yeah.
We also work with a lot of publishers all the time.
Yeah.
They said that we just need to pitch it to them. And I said, that sounds like a job for 2028.
Here, would you like to do? I'll work on the pitch now. How would you fucking like a New York Times bestseller? The end. Anyway.
I don't know about New York, but maybe UK.
Oh, fucking. Why don't they have a global sellers list?
Auckland Times bestseller.
Would you like the new Harry Potter? Thank you very much to the episode sponsors and sponsors of the show, Jim Beam, your weapons, world's #1 bourbon, and New Zealand's #1 spirit, embodying over 230 years of tradition, making every sip a taste of history. Like we said earlier, if you're not Sniper Elite, there's a chance to climb into some pretty outrageous yarns in previous episodes, all 270 or whatever is there now, because we've done a fair few, and basically 50% behind the paywall. You get it ad-free as well, which is nice.
Am I right in thinking that we've got something else awesome that's coming up for...
Don't say anything.
Okay.
Jay always goes early.
We can say this, though.
In the bedroom and at work.
Yeah. Guilty. What we can say, though, is we've got these fucking slick Bonce coverers, the Not For Radio hats, by Country Trucker Caps, which is fucking hands down the greatest headwear company in the world, have finally landed, and they will be up for sale soon. There are very limited numbers. So I think we only managed to get sort of off the first run probably 400 or so. Mm-hmm. So they'll be made available as part of the deal with Sniper Elite. They get first bite of every cherry. So if you do want to have the first crack at these, four different colorways. Dunc's got the cream. I'm wearing the camo. We've got a black and we've got a high fizz orange as well. They're fucking sick. And people have been trying to pilfer them off us since they arrived late last week.
Yeah, Jay punched a guy out in reception who had one, clearly hadn't paid for it.
Second written warning too. I've only got one more roll of the dice and I'm fucked.
Anyway, have a great rest of your day. We'll be in tomorrow. Jay's Teagues' mouth just dropped and hit the floor.
Did someone actually steal one?
No.
No.
Yeah. Listen to Half Believer Caller. Same rule.
Theatre of the mind.
Have a great rest of your day and go well. Go long. Up the wires.
Up the wires.